Remco Evenepoel today, he's got nothing left in those legs. He'll sit up and now he'll recover. The team of Uno X Mobility with Abrahamsen. Intermarché moving forward again with Biniam Girmay still there. Remember, this finish today is a long drag uphill. Everyone has said it's a GC day, a day for the overall, but is it going to be like that? Is that what's going to happen in the last two climbs of the day? Nico has said the next climb is really hard. We've seen riders go far too early on the climbs during this race, but this is now about timing things to perfection. EF take control.
But it's interesting, is not riding for Ben Healy then. He's taking the front, so they have other plans today.
It looks to me like, are they riding for Nielsen Paulus? Is he the rider that's set in? Well, the left-hand side wasn't the right way to go for EF, was it? They've lost about 50 metres. There's a green jersey up for grabs as well. There'll be points at the finish line as Catania comes out in the front with Remco Evenepoel. Team of Groupama are still there. Look at the way some riders, Nico, are sprinting. It's like the end of the race, and yet we are still 12 kilometres from the line. Ben Healy is absolutely on his limit trying to bring this team forward.
Matteo Trentin doing an incredible work there for Hirschi on the wheel. There we go. Another roundabout.
Still, the right-hand side is a little bit quicker. Not much, just marginally.
But remember, we're going to turn left into the climb.
And I guess that's then why EF want to be left-hand side of the road.
Wow, look at the power from Matteo Trentin.
Incredible, isn't it? Here she looks good. Groupama have got all their riders lined out. Look at Remco sprinting for all he is worth. And on his wheel, out of the saddle, sprinting is Victor Campenaerts. Looking good is Guillaume Martin today, I have to say. He looks very comfortable.
He is on the wheel of Remco. About a kilometre before the peloton will turn right and then, sorry, left and then right into the climb. Matteo Trentin trying to make sure, because the Benai has been a long pull there by the Italian.
The penultimate climb of today's stage, the Côte de Saint-Étienne-Amont. It's 1 kilometre, 10.6 its average gradient, but as Nico said, it's got about 800 metres of 15%. It's going to be a tough one. Groupama are looking fantastic this afternoon. Groupama FDJ United are united as they move up on the right-hand side. They're going to be the first team into the climb, which is a little bit of a turn-up for the books. Guillaume Martin is there. Wonder what their plan is. Lenny Martinez, yet again, looks like it might not be his day. He's been dropped. Into the turn.
And then straight into the right.
And a big acceleration now by the team in blue and red. Wiesma looking around for Jonas Vingegaard. Groupama get ready. Groupama are planning something on this climb. And Victor Campenaerts doesn't want them to be there. Look at the speed of Ineos on the left-hand side as Connor Swift comes forward as well. 10 kilometres of racing to go on today's stage. They fire into this right-hand turn, absolutely on the limit. Adam Yates has just been dropped, we've just heard on Radio Tour. Now they make their way onto the climb.
Left and then straight away right.
Oh, everybody is right on the rails as they go through that left-hander. Another right-hander, as Nico said.
And now they start the climb.
Now it is all about power to the top of this rise. Campenaerts. What is the plan of Groupama? There's your vital statistics. 1 kilometre, 10.6%, and it's a little bit of a roller coaster from here. Up over the top, down the other side, flat out up over the next one, down the hill and into Boulogne-sur-Mer. Big acceleration from Louis Askew.
Yeah, they could be riding for Romain Grégoire, I think.
I think so. Big move. Look at Jonas Vingegaard, he moves across.
Tim Benuccia going to take over now.
Tish Bernut goes. And on his wheel goes Mathieu van der Poel, Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard. It is an elite group of riders rising to the top on this climb. Pogacar is clicking his way through his computer right now.
This is the ramp I was talking about at over 15%. Mario Jorgensen looking very good there on the wheel of Vingegaard.
Roman Gregoire is there, Nico, but he's starting to shift backwards. So it is Tish Benoot,
Remco looking
Mathieu van
good.
der Poel, Pogacar, Vingegaard, Matteo Jorgensen, Remco Evenepoel. Then it's Roman Gregoire. Benoot pulls the parachute. Axel Laurence comes up. Oh, Mathieu van der Poel has a little bit of a switch to the other side, and Pogacar looks around to see what the damage is. Is he going to strike? Well, Jorgensen decides to go, and Pogacar now accelerates as well. This is the Wiesma plan to nullify Pogacar's punch.
Big pull, big acceleration there by Jorgensen. Van der Poel just gets a little bit out of the wind as well, because he was at the front very early. He knows he still has another climb to get over. Oh, Rodriguez is starting to struggle at the back there.
Well, there's only a
Romain
few
Gregoire
riders
is doing
left.
really well to be with that group.
He has. Gregoire is with Remco Evenepoel, Mathieu van der Poel, Vingegaard, Pogacar and Jorgensen. There's only a little group of 6. Gregoire is producing some performance on this climb. Can he win the stage for Groupama FDJ United? Pogacar looks around, Vingegaard is there. Pogacar looks like he's just got the remote control out. Who's going to try and take the King of the Mountains? Pogacar refuses to go through because he doesn't want to be on his own. He's waiting for Narvaez.
Yeah, Narvaez is doing a big effort there to come back. He knows Pogacar needs him. This is the stage why he's on the team.
Pogacar goes over the top. That means Pogacar is the virtual King of the Mountains of this Tour de France, and Narvaez fighting to get himself back. Roglic is not there.
There he is, that second group.
There's Jasper Philipsen. Philipsen has hauled his way over the top, and Kevin Vauquelin decides, I fancy 2 stage wins in 2 Tours de France.
And these favourites are going to start looking at each other. Remco does like to continue to take a pull, doesn't like the playing around.
No, Remco loves it when there's a little bit of plateau across the top, rev it and open up the gap. So, elite group at the front. Van der Poel, Roman Gregoire, Axel Laurence, Jonas Vingegaard, Remco Evenepoel, Tadej Pogacar, Matteo Jorgensen, Jonathan Narvaez, also a couple of other riders just making their way onto the back. Attack now of Roman Gregoire as he goes clear to try and win this stage.
And it's a very, very fast descent now on this big wide road, and we get into the bottom of the descent, turn a sharp left. Be careful, there was loads of road furniture in that corner, and then we start 300 meters after a right-hand turn, and you start the last climb.
So we're about 1.5 kilometers now from the last climb. Is there going to be another attack as they go 84 kilometers an hour down this descent, plunging their way to the final rise, which is going to test all these riders out. Then it's about the drag up to the finish line. Remco Evenepoel on the front. He looks in control at nearly 90 kilometers an hour into this next left-hander. They're almost at the final climb of the day.
In a short time, they will turn that onto the right, and it will rise straight up.
There's a number of riders coming back. One of them is an Israel Premier Tech rider who's just suddenly jumped his way across. One Israel Premier Tech rider.
Roglic is there in that group.
Roglic is losing a little bit more time again. Here goes Axel Laurence as he decides to go on the attack with Mathieu van der Poel, trying to take a little opportunity to give Arkea B&B Hotels a much-needed stage win in this Tour de France, because right now this team might not exist next season. They need a big sponsor. Van der Poel taking the opportunity now. Jorgensen tries to close the gap. 2 Groupama riders. Is there what? No, just one in there. Onto the climb, the Côte de Trot, 800 meters flat out. Narvaez decides to go. He's clicking his way through his computer as well. sets his timer. Remco Evenepoel moves up on the left-hand side.
Is that Only? Only.
It's Oscar Only who's there for the team of Picnic Post NL. And a number of riders just rejoin as they reach the bottom. It's Lutsenko who's there for the team of Israel Premier Tech. Geraint Thomas has just rejoined. 13%. Only on the right-hand side. Also there, one of the Cofidis riders has just rejoined as well. And Mark Hirschi, is that Alaphilippe or Hirschi, who's there for Tudor? Vengegaard doesn't want to go. Coming across another Ineos Grenadier rider. Roglic just rejoins at the back.
Lipovic is also in this group.
One Cofidis rider is in here as well. Just trying to see, it looks like Buchmann and Ben O'Connor.
And at the very top,
it's cracked.
It doesn't go down straight away, and it gets extremely narrow. One single lane after this KOM. Very straightforward descent, not technical, but just extremely narrow.
Jorgensen swinging in and out. Look at Hirschi, under pressure, but he's there. The Aussie Ben O'Connor has been distanced. Here goes Kevin Vauquelin, big attack of the Frenchman.
Only straight on the wheel.
Only wants the stage win for Picnic Post NL. He's been given the freedom, just try and do what you can do. Only trying to close the gap. Vauquelin is going to be first over the top of this King of the Mountains. He's going to take the points at the top. 1 point on offer for that tough little climb. Now we're only 5 kilometers from the finish. Philipsen trying to hang on. Just being distanced there was Axel Laurence. He cannot go with the little move. Problem here for Biniam Girmay. Bike change for the white jersey. Attack of Vengegaard. Vengegaard starts to strike now. Big acceleration of Jonas Vengegaard as he starts the acceleration to go downhill now and put everyone under pressure. Well, Vengegaard is riding the first 2 days of this Tour de France with vengeance, with real focus and with an attacking capability we haven't really seen so much in the last tours.
So now we're going to be on a much wider road. But just be careful now, because there's a lot of teammates who are gone. And some riders are probably going to come from behind and try and attack again. Here goes Vauquelin for the third or fourth time. Jorgensen straight on the wheel.
Vauquelin takes another opportunity. Jorgensen straight away. Only tries to close the gap. 4.3 kilometers of racing to go. They lean the right shoulder into that right-hand turn at 60 kilometers an hour. Jorgensen just pedals easily. Only looks across, says to Buitrago, you close the gap. Buitrago isn't able to for Bahrain Victorious. Counter-attack comes from Israel Premier Tech. Look at the speed of that rider. 4 kilometers to go.
And great call from the team to let Jorgensen ride, because that's the whole point of having him there. 3.9 kilometers to go.
Is that Lutsenko? It looks like the style of Lutsenko coming across. It really looks like him. I can't quite see from here. It looks like Lutsenko. It is Lutsenko.
It's hard to recognize him in a new kit.
It is, isn't it? So used to him being in other colours, but it is Lutsenko with that. He doesn't have his number showing this afternoon, but it is his style. Head slightly up as Jorgensen goes through to the front now. Lutsenko is just going to sit on. And it looks like a little bit of a shift across as UAE try to close the gap for maybe a stage win for Pogacar.
I think that's Almeida.
2.9 kilometers to go now, 70 kilometers an hour. Almeida's going to close the gap and save this stage victory for the world champion. Is this going to be win number 100 of his career? Nico, what's coming up?
They're going to go over a bridge now. It's pretty much flat, and turn left just after the 2 kilometers, excuse me. There's the bridge. And then they're going to take the side of the river, and then we turn right, and he will be in the final climb. Lipovic, big attack from Lipovic.
Lipovic decides to go. Immediately onto his wheel goes Lutsenko again. Groupama have got 2 or 3 riders in here. 62 kilometers an hour. They've been so active, the Group Armour team. Oh, Lutsenko almost overshoots on the right-hand side.
Lipovic and Sissing, they're looking a little bit behind. Jorgensen moving out of the line.
He looks across. This could be a good move by the team of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe.
Navarrete taking the front now. Almeida and Tadej Pogačar looking very good, Tadej Pogačar.
He does look comfortable, doesn't he? Everyone's queuing up, ready for this finish. Enric Mas is there. 56 kilometers an hour.
And I think Alaphilippe is in that group as well.
I think Alaphilippe
is there. He is on the right.
He is. He could win this stage, you know. Here she is there on the left. Alaphilippe is there on the right-hand side.
What an effort by Lipovic.
This is a massive move. He's still holding them off. And UAE are having to use up some ammunition to bring him back. Big move to the right-hand side. 1,200 meters to go on the longest day. And Lipovic is about to be caught just as they make their way onto the first little bit of this rise.
So the rise goes till about 500 meters to go. Then it takes a sharp right and it starts to slowly go down for 100 meters and kicks up the last 300 meters. Big effort there by Lipovic. He's not looking back. He's going for it. Almeida struggling to close the gap. Yes, he is closing the gap slowly. Tadej Pogačar on the wheel.
Alaphilippe moves up to get ready.
Only looking good as well.
Alaphilippe looks good on this finish. Big move on the outside. Felix Gall comes up. He's already won a stage of the Tour. Felix Gall is there, Lutsenko is still there. Van der Poel in the middle. We've got 670 meters to go. Enric Mas on the right-hand side. It's going to be an all-out sprint for the top of this climb. Big move of Julian Alaphilippe. Alaphilippe launches. Looks around, sees Mathieu van der Poel, decides not to go. Vingegaard moves up on the wheel of Tadej Pogačar. Pogačar looking for his 100th win in his career. Alaphilippe swings across the road, not prepared to go to the front yet. It's a long way to the finish line. Big move on the left-hand side of the road. Pogačar looks. Vauquelin goes again to try and win the stage. Van der Poel now starts to open it up. It is such an elite group of riders. Moving up, Alaphilippe onto the wheel of Tadej Pogačar. Vingegaard moves up on the left-hand side. There goes Mathieu van der Poel. Van der Poel starts the acceleration. He sees the gantry in front of him. It's going to be all out between Van der Poel and Pogačar. Van der Poel and Pogačar, left, right. Van der Poel! Mathieu van der Poel wins stage 2.
What an incredible performance there on Mathieu van der Poel. He seemed to be all the way in control. He didn't panic. He was left in the front from quite afar. He led out. He kept the speed out. He had his timing perfectly. He knew he could take the inside of the last corner and power himself to the finish. What a sprint.
Jasper Philipsen is going to pull in this group, but importantly, Carlos Rodriguez loses a load of time on today's stage. Philipsen in the yellow jersey, 32 seconds behind, but in this group is Carlos Rodriguez. Alpecin de Koning win 2 stages in 2 days.
And he will be the new yellow jersey as well tonight.
Wow, what an incredible finish. Mathieu van der Poel.
Actually, maybe not.
It's going to be close between him and Pogačar on the count back, but we're going to double check. Because Pogačar yesterday was 18th and Mathieu van der Poel was 28th. Yeah, but Van der Poel takes 10 seconds, Pogačar takes 6, so Van der Poel should just take the yellow jersey across the seat in the team bus and put it on for tomorrow. Nico, talk us through this finish. What a finish it was.
Vauquelin tried to go, but there was not much left there. Close away, straight away in control. Lets Pogačar move into the middle. And then here we go. He knows the corner. He's seen the finish. They studied it. Keeps the right-hand side of the barriers, making sure Pogačar has to go the long way around him. Oh, that was a long sprint.
Wow. Vingegaard in 3rd place. An all-out sprint between the current world champion and the former world champion. And Van der Poel has more power. 1 bike length. Vengegaard will lose